What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are doing well. In today's video, I wanted to show you guys how to clean your throttle bodies and mass airflow sensors on your 370Z or G37. Now, my car's been acting a little weird lately. There's almost been this sort of lag when accelerating, or there would be like this kind of blip where it seems like power's not going through. Or even last week, I went up to the canyons and my car entered a limp mode where it wouldn't even go past like 3.5K RPMs, and I would floor the gas pedal and nothing would happen. So I'm not too sure if that has to do with the mass airflow sensors. It could be, but we're gonna clean it and find out. It wouldn't hurt anyways, since my car is at 50,000 miles now, and I'm pretty sure the previous owners haven't cleaned it at all. So yeah, it wouldn't hurt. So let's get right to it. So all you're really gonna need for this project is a vice grip to remove a clip. You're gonna need a 14 mil to remove the strut bar, a 10 mil to remove the engine cover, and an 8 mil to remove some clamps. And you're also gonna just want to use an old toothbrush or something to actually clean the throttle bodies with. And as well as you're gonna need mass airflow sensor cleaner and throttle body and air intake cleaner. And you can pick both of these up from your local AutoZone for about $20. Also a screwdriver to remove some clips that are connected to the strut bar. So the first step is going to be removing the strut bar, and to do that you have three 14 mil bolts here, three 14 mil bolts there, and as well as get under here, remove these clips and just use a screwdriver for those. When you go ahead and take off this plastic piece right here, by the way, you don't have to remove all this. I did that extra, like thinking I needed to, but you don't have to. It just clips off from here, so don't do all that extra work. But once you remove that plastic piece right here, you have another two 14 mil bolts right here that you need to take off, and that should be the last step to remove the strut bar. Now that we have the strut bar out of the way, we can go ahead and access the engine cover. And to remove this, all you need to do is remove this bolt, this bolt, this bolt, that one, and that one. So 5 bolts, pretty simple. Okay, now that everything is out of the way, we can actually begin the cleaning process. So what we're gonna want to do first is we're gonna loosen this clamp here, loosen this clamp here, and this clip as well. You see right here, you can turn it over and we have to clip that with the vice grip, and we should be able to pull this entire thing out. Okay, throttle body is now fully exposed, so if we go ahead and take a look in there. So as you can see, there is some carbon buildup along the top and bottom along the edges, so this was a good idea to clean it. Okay, so to get started cleaning, you're going to want to make sure your toothbrush is clean, and you're going to go ahead and grab your throttle body cleaner and just go ahead and spray the toothbrush. Now I found the best way to clean this is you want to prop the bottom up with your fingers right here, and then grab the top with the thumb, and now you have access to the inside, and now you can clean the edges. You want to go ahead and clean the bottom of the plate, and as well as the top and the top of the throttle body. This angle and propping it up this way allows you to clean all the edges at once. Once you've got ahead and wiped down a lot of the residue, you're going to go in with a little clean rag and start wiping down the edges of what you cleaned to make sure we get everything off completely. So this is how it's looking after the cleaning. Now if you think it looks pretty much the same, you'd be wrong, because most of the cleaning is along the top and bottom of the edges behind the throttle body. So if you open it up here, all that inside and the bottom, it's a lot cleaner now. And to give you an idea of how much cleaner, this is pretty much all the dirt and grime I wiped away. That's from the toothbrush. Look at all that right there. So that should give you an idea of how dirty that was. Now that we're done cleaning this side, we're gonna go ahead and put it back together. Okay, now that we got one side done, before we move on to the other side, we're gonna go ahead and clean the mass airflow sensor. So it's right here. All we're gonna have to do to remove it is just unscrew both of these screws right here. Before you go ahead and unscrew the screws, go ahead and take this clip out. You just have to push on the pin right here and it'll come off. And then just go ahead and unscrew these. So to go ahead and clean the mass airflow sensor, you want to just grab it by here. You don't want to be touching this part. Just grab it from the main handle on top, and you're going to go ahead and grab your mass airflow sensor cleaner and simply just spray it down. And once you've gone ahead and do that, you want to set it down somewhere and let it dry for about 10 minutes. Once the mass airflow sensor is dry, you can go ahead and put it back into the car, and that means we're done with the entire right side of the car. So all we have to do is the left, repeat the entire same process on the left side, and we're pretty much completely done, except for one more thing. So now that we cleaned up all the carbon buildup along the throttle bodies, the car isn't going to be used to that much airflow going into the car, which means it's going to start to idle higher than what it should be, and that's not good for your car long term. But in order to fix that, you have to do some computer resets using the gas pedal and some on and off switches that I'll show you guys after we're done with the left side. So now that we have both throttle bodies completely clean, we're going to be moving on to the resetting procedures in order to make sure your car is not idling too high. And the first one is going to be the gas pedal release position learning. So we want to make sure our gas pedal is not too much pushed in and make sure it's fully extended out. That way your car isn't slightly giving a gas. So in order to do this, the first step is going to be turning on the car for 2 seconds. And then you want to shut it off for 10 seconds. And then you're going to want to turn it on again for 2 seconds. And then shut it off for another 10 seconds. Now I know it might seem like that didn't really do anything, but we just want to make sure everything's reset and working properly. So the next one's going to be the throttle valve close position learning. So in order to do that, you want to make sure your car is less than 77 degrees when you start it up. So basically a cold start almost. Wait a few hours or overnight if you have to. So all we're going to do is turn it on. So I already did that. It's warming up right now. And as you see, it's actually idling really high at 1000 RPMs. It's usually not that high. It should be at around like 600-700. So as you see, we did need to do this because our car is idling way too high. So all we have to do is simply turn it on, wait until it reaches 149 degrees or above, and turn it off. And when you do that, you should hear a click or some sort of like robotic sound in your engine bay, and that is the throttle valve shutting off and basically resetting. So as long as you hear that, you're pretty much good. If you pay attention closely in that last clip, you can hear the throttle bodies making that noise and shutting off and resetting. So that's a check 2. We're good with 2 of those. Now the last one is a bit more complicated. It's going to be the idle air volume learning. So that is to basically teach the car how much air it needs to get a proper idle. So it's going to take a few steps. The first step is going to be taking a 10-minute drive. You want your car and transmission to be at operating temperatures between like 160 to 220, anywhere between there. And once you do that, we'll get to the next steps. All right, so I just came back from a little drive. My car is at operating temps now, so we're good to go. Some other things that you need to make sure are correct is your battery voltage needs to be 12.9 or more. Your car should be in neutral or park if it's automatic. And you want to make sure your steering wheel is perfectly straight. So to begin the reset, you want to make sure the car has been turned off for at least 10 seconds. And the first thing you're going to do is put it into the on position. You're going to wait 3 seconds. And then what you're going to do is start rapidly pushing down gas pedal 5 times within 5 seconds. Then you're going to wait 7 seconds. And then you're going to hold down the gas pedal for 20 seconds. And to make sure you're doing it right, you're going to start to see the service engine soon start flashing. There you go, it's starting to flash. And you're going to wait till it stays on completely. And then you're going to release the gas pedal, and then you want to turn the car on right away. and then you want to let it idle for about 20 seconds. So after it's idled for at least 20 seconds, go ahead and shut the car off, and then we're pretty much done. So now when we start it up again, we should have a good idle of around 600 to 700 RPM. So let's go ahead and test it out. So the car's already warmed up, so it should be idling where it's resting. And as you can see, perfect, right on the 600 to 700. So yeah, everything worked perfectly. We're back at a good idle. Throttle bodies are clean now. Well guys, that's pretty much everything you need to know for how to clean your throttle bodies and mass airflow sensors on your 370Zs and G37s, as well as how to reset everything to make sure your car is idling and running properly. Yeah, I really hope this video helps you guys out. I would recommend doing this. It only takes about 30 minutes to an hour, and especially if you've had your car for a long time and never done this, please do it. It'll help your car a lot. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like and comment down below, as well as subscribe if you haven't so already, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.